Hey, friends and family from Ronny's Farm to Table. It's a wonderful Wednesday around noon, and slowly the hoarfrost is disappearing. Very slowly. Usually disappears within 24 hours, but look at those cottonwoods back there. They're still there. Yeah, I had yesterday a pretty long night working, and so I had a late morning, but that's all right. Right, Kaiser? Kaiser's supporting that decision. Alrighty, let's go inside, Kaiser. And today, big projects is getting everything cleaned up. I made a huge mess everywhere. Come. Oh, yes, come. Lucy's waiting for you. Bye, Kaiser. Alrighty, let's get in the barn and let's get everything cleaned up. We are inside the mushroom barn, and it's a little bit of a war zone in here because there's a lot of stuff that happened within the last 2 weeks. And a lot of things got moved around back and forth. So let me quickly show you the mess that I created. So here's one table full of things. When we go over here inside the clean room and look on the floor by the table, that's a bunch of the straw that fell off and onto the ground. And actually it's quite a little bit dusty in there from all the mixing, and every time I pull up the straw out of the totes, some of the dust is just flying all over the place. So I gotta wipe off the floors and everything in here for sure. Probably not today. Today will be more of a dry cleaning. Here you can see in the pasteurization chamber when I was spraying the water onto the totes, so there's some moisture on it, and also on the grain spawn. Some of it fell off onto the side and it's all on the floor. And when we look back here, you can see that the Berliner room has some issues too. Let's get a little bit closer to it. You can see here the table is full of stuff. Everything has to be cleaned off. The floor has to be swept and vacuumed off and everything, and then we are pretty much done for today here. So I think we're gonna start with the pasteurization chamber, work ourselves into the clean room, then come over here and take it from there. So lots of cleaning. Hey friends, am I happy I got the floors cleaned. You know, it's knowing that there's straw laying around here always kind of is in the back of my mind and worries me, because I'm so worried of carrying some bacteria, germs, mold from outside in here, and I could be stepping on a straw and that straw develops it and puts it in the air. Always a worry as a mushroom grower, I suppose. What you see here is a new segment that I would like to introduce to you guys. It is Egga with Chaga. And if you think I lost my mind, probably I did by now. No, just kidding, I haven't turned to a lunatic yet. What you see here is the Chaga mushroom. And a friend of mine gifted it to me probably about a year ago, a little batch here. And it's a mushroom that grows predominantly on birch, and preferably in North America, around the Canadian border. It is a very hard mushroom, And you can kind of really see it always on birch when it's a dark area. That's usually sugar on it. And humans and the Native Americans have been using it for a very, very long time in little teas. So basically what you do, you break off about an inch worth of this chaga mushroom, put it in your tea, let it sit there for about 6 minutes. And then you can enjoy it. It's the first time I'm enjoying it too with you guys, so cheers. And now let's head over to the agar. And cloning part 1, you remember I created these agar forms here, the liquid in it. And basically what it is a jello that enables to grow a lot of things on it, like viruses, fungus, bacteria. A lot of things can grow on it, even plants if you wanted to. So what you see here is some growth. And boy, do I wish it would be mushroom, but it's not. Yesterday, when you watched closely, you saw that I only used the mason jars because those guys are actually contaminated. And I kind of understand why too. The mason jars are sealed, and I was able to put them back in the pressure cooker, and you know, that kind of really seals it all in, makes it nice and sterile. So what you see here is usually what is used, the petri dishes, but you can hear that? It's basically a bigger dish sitting in a smaller dish, or the other way around, whatever way you were pouring it into your petri dishes. And there's a little bit of air coming in, and I had these out for probably about 5 days with no refrigeration, no nothing. So that was able, the contamination probably just looks like a mold, a very common mold is in here. And I will take close pictures of it because it's actually very, very fascinating. There's a whole group that's completely dedicated to the art of agar. Agar, depending where you are, people say it differently. So, unfortunately, I cannot report that my agar is growing, but this will be a new segment too each week, where I will show you, hey, what's up with the agar while I'm drinking a shagar. Sounds good, folks. So the next part coming up here is about drugs, and it's a topic that we have to address. I've been thinking about it for a very long time. How should I address it the right way? Because I have to draw a line here. And let me first tell you the reasoning why I have to draw a line. I'm an immigrant. I have a green card, and my goal is to become an American citizen. And for becoming an American citizen, you have to go to the civic test, but you also have to show the government that you have a good moral character. And I don't think that drugs and showing a good moral character goes hand in hand. So I have to draw a very, very clear line for that, just to make sure that I can become an American citizen, so you guys can understand. And when I talk about drugs, I talk about the psychedelic mushrooms, the mushrooms that are scheduled as an illegal drug in some states. There's even now some states that allow it. And you know, I take it as a Berliner. Do whatever you want to do to yourself, so long you leave me alone, all right? It's always like a New Yorker attitude, isn't it, too? You know, a big city attitude. It's always what I see there. So whatever you want to do, you do to your own body and for your own good. However, I have some of my viewers here who are completely new to growing mushrooms as well. And I have seen some people approaching them, telling them about microdosing and these kind of things. And I do erase these comments, and I don't erase them out of meanness or because I don't like it. I just know that these people have zero experience with microdosing. They have no interest in it, and I want to keep a nice clean channel and nice clean view that focuses on gourmet mushrooms. I understand there's this aspect of psychedelics, but I do not want to approach it. I do not want to talk about it too much, and I think I hope dedicating it for one episode that people will look at it, will understand it, and kind of respect me and my viewership too that I try to create. So I think that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. You have a wonderful day out there, and tomorrow, first thing, we gotta check in those growing tents. There's stuff growing in there, but I'm running out of time today, so thank you so much for watching. See you tomorrow.